Now to welcome our next company, Community Data Platforms. Community Data is creating an entirely new business category called Community Data, which stems from a product that was originally developed for the CEO of Google and Alphabet, Eric Schmidt's Philanthropy Foundation. So to hear more, please welcome founder and CEO, Alan Worden.
Thanks so much. Every entrepreneur wants to find a big problem to solve. And what we've identified is that you really can't serve a community you can't understand. And this has always been true, but maybe never more true than right now. And so imagine this is the field you're looking at. There is no playbook. And so if you're head of an economic development agency, a philanthropy, a county, or a city, if you don't have a playbook, you better have reliable data assets and data analytics as a foundation to decision making. And as it was mentioned, I've been an advisor to Eric for about a decade, and it was through one of his philanthropies that we realized both the problem, communities were not well described, and the opportunity that data could be brought to bear. So our why we get up every day is we want communities to be better understood and served. And so there are really two key products at the core here. On the left, you can see this idea of a community-focused data asset. So imagine 100 data sets that describe your community really reliably, that are constantly updated. And pair that with scalable, reliable analytics that we can scale among communities. Communities like to think they're snowflakes, but in fact, the problems that are faced by leaders in Charleston are the same in San Jose or in Washington, D.C. We started in Nantucket. We've announced expansion to Charleston, and next week we'll be announcing Carmel, Indiana. There are really three customers that leverage the data platform. So imagine the Charleston data platform, again, a data asset, and data analytics. The first are these community organizations. They get it. They want to make evidence-based decisions, but they don't have people, data, or analytics. And then imagine the consultants who serve those organizations. They're subject matter experts, but they don't have data that relates to the specific community in the granularity that we have. And finally, there are large enterprises that tell us they understand customers, but not communities. So this data asset really has four buckets of data, and a lot of people go to the bottom right. US Census data, that's great, but very limited. Our secret sauce are really the top two data buckets, commercial data, detailed demographics and mobility data, and alternative data, leveraging social media data. On the analytics side, there are a variety of policy areas where we have scalable, repeatable methodologies. You can see those on the right, but I'll give you three quick examples. We use mobility data, which tracks the movement of people, as well as granular demographics. American Airlines has used it to find in-demand, underserved air routes. We're working with Brigham and Women's Division of Aging to improve patient outcomes by using mobility data and demographic data. And Walmart asked for a proposal to understand their workforce. We've launched some COVID dashboards, so have hundreds of other people, but they've focused on, if you look at our banner, just the first area, which is community health. So yeah, sure, we're going to describe that too, but the way we differentiate ourselves is the ability to describe the economic health of a community. How are small businesses doing in your community? What policies are needed to drive their recovery? And the financial health of the community. Some are devastated, some are actually doing okay. And imagine this data asset that drives this being put behind equitable vaccine distribution plans. Health departments are going to have to distribute vaccines, and people want to know that they're not just going to wealthy, privileged people, but they're going to rich, poor, old, young, black, brown, and white. Our data can be leveraged for that purpose. Had really strong traction since we launched a couple of years ago. We've gained revenue and we're getting busier. The model is pretty simple: sell subscriptions and license data We've got 3 communities now, 2 strong ones close to the goal line we'll announce in the next 45 days. And we think we can double every year over the next few years. So why does it work? This is a massive addressable market opportunity with big customers. We've got a really strong team, been supported by Eric and Wendy Schmidt from the beginning. We are producing revenue. Lots of ways to win, and we're going to figure out which are the most promising areas this year. And we're mission driven, which means we get great data scientists who want to work with us. We've raised $1.25 million. We're going to raise a little more in this round through a convertible note. And I'd be delighted to follow up with anyone that's interested in this massive opportunity where we've got really good traction. Thanks so much, Tien, and to your team, and would love to follow up. Thanks again.